hot mess lately.
Who's Christy Godwin, Psychic Medium 8373?
Is that me?
Don't think that's your...
How many followers does it have?
724.
That's about me. I thought I had 767 or something.
Let me see if it's you.
Hi, how's everyone doing?
It looks like you.
Hello, hello. We're having some discussion about YouTube. I'm going to be on YouTube after this today. Do y'all follow me on YouTube? Do y'all follow me on YouTube yet? Y'all carry y'all's little... Aw, saw 333 and reminded you were coming up. I like it. I like it when angel numbers remind you of me. So if your little happy rear ends are not following me on YouTube, carry yourself over there and click that little follow button. Let's see how many. Yep, 725. Someone just followed me. Was that you?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. So if y'all don't do it yet, follow me on YouTube. Hello, hello. How's everyone doing today? Look at y'all. Y'all are the bomb, I just have to say. Already all those sharing. Where's my cards? These, I got them. I halfway cleaned up my desk. So if y'all had been here earlier today, so yesterday and today, because I'm sure y'all want to know what my schedule's right? I do a lot of mentorships on Tuesdays and Wednesdays. So my days start early. You know, when you go on to make an appointment with me to be read, you can't get a reading that early, but I do mentorships early in the morning because it's really about what time works for both of our schedules. So I start work early on Tuesdays and Wednesdays. So yesterday I started work at 8:30 and I taught my class until like 7:30 last night. And like at the end of the day, I was grabbing all my dishes off of my desk. And then today I did cards at noon with the Divine Collective. I don't know if y'all are in that, but if you aren't, Divine Collective is really a smoking deal. I know it is my subscription program, but I promise you it's a smoking deal. You pay $15 a month. You're in front of me a minimum of 3 times a month of readings or cards or teachings or whatever. And, you know, I answer questions. So, but I had started early this morning and I just kept, and so I showed them, it's gone now because I did have a little opportunity to clean up, but right here on the side of my desk where y'all see that water bottle, where are we? Oh, there's my Yeti, that's my microphone. I can't get you, oh, there we go. You see that water thing? On the other side of it was dishes I had accumulated today. I did take the opportunity to clean it up. I had like, I don't know, I didn't really do breakfast. I kind of did, what did I do? What did I eat today? I can't even remember now.
You had a smoothie.
I did have a smoothie. My moderator, he said you had a smoothie. I did have a smoothie. And then I had a piece of toast. And then I had some soup I made last night. This Italian sausage soup. Homemade. And we buy our pigs as we do our cows. So we have a cow that is purchased that is raised for us out in western Nebraska, and we buy half a cow, and then this time we bought a pig. It's kind of different. Like I was used to the cow being different, but the pig was kind of different too. I want to thank everyone who is liking and sharing my live. Thank you, Miss Sissy. What other opinions?
I said you eat like a bird.
I do not. He is so lying, people. I do not eat like a bird. I can put away some food. Let me tell you, I am not afraid to eat. He's so lying. Anyone who knows me knows, welcome Samantha, I will get on with it here in a minute, knows that I can eat. And I do. I'm not afraid of that. See, y'all can tell. See? This is not skinny. See, I took up the whole screen. Okay, so we're going to start with some card readings as we do. I want to thank everyone who is liking and sharing my live. All right, so this reading is going to be for Chelsea. Sissy, thank you so much. You're sharing my live like crazy. Thank you. Thank you, Jen. Sharing my live like crazy. I so appreciate you. Okay, this reading is for Chelsea Neo. Let's see what we got here. I just say her name, and right there the card said to stop. Almost lost them. All right, let's see what we got going on here. Okay, so you have a lot going on. Lots of energy around you, Miss Chelsea. The first card is the Eight of Wands, and the Eight of Wands is really about a lot of action going on. There's a lot of movement. There's a lot of changes going on in your life right now. As these changes are coming up, you're going to find yourself needing to really sit with your intuition and be creative about how you handle all this action around you, and really I'm hearing new ways of communication. You are at a transition point, and I was just, someone that I work with is a psychologist, and they were really talking about how language is changing. And language is changing. The way we use language, the way we express ourselves is really changing. And whatever group of people you're with, Chelsea, is on the cusp of those changes. So you're really going to have to start changing the way you communicate with people to stay relevant. There is going to be an ending to a couple of relationships in your life. And it's going to be very painful. And I hate to say that, but a lot of times when we have transitions that are ending to relationships that are friends, those are more painful than partnerships. And I feel like you've already had this feeling coming up. You can feel that you're just not vibrating as same as some of your friends anymore, and you can feel that that is coming. Though you're going to be having some endings to some relationships, you are still going to be making new friends. So you're transitioning. You have all this energy coming your way. You can tell that energy around you is shifting. Communication, the way people communicate with you and around you is really shifting. And you're going to have the ending to some friendships, but you're going to have new ones taking their place. It's going to be rather smooth. There's going to be one relationship, it's a friend, that's going to be kind of hurtful, and it's going to be very definitive in your life. But there's another one that's just going to kind of transition out, and it's not going to be mean or bad. It's just, you can tell that you're shifting. Your priorities are shifting, and they're changing. All right. Thank you for letting me read you, Chelsea. I appreciate you. I want to thank everyone who is liking and sharing my live. Hi, baby love. Hi, Shanna. You were just wondering about me. Thank you. I love to be in people's thoughts, as long as it's good. Aw, just put my cards down wrong. There we go. Hello, Larissa. I want to thank everyone who is liking and sharing my live. I appreciate you. All right. Looks like Valerie Lights. Thank you for the gift, Valerie. Okay, this reading is for Miss Valerie Light. Are you new here, Miss Valerie? I don't remember seeing your name a lot. Welcome if you're new. All right, right there it said to stop. I was talking and just saying your name in my head, and Spirit said to stop. Ooh, very nice. All right. So this is for Valerie. Valerie, the first card we have here is the Two of Wands. This is a beautiful card. You see how he's traveling, he is confident, he's heading in a direction. It's about making progress. It's about overcoming. It's about heading in the right direction. So the changes you have been making are very positive. I feel like you've been working hard to make some positive changes in your life, and you feel like that you're spinning your wheels, but you're not. You're making great progress. This card says so. This next card says so also, just in a different way. The next card is the Six of Wands. This card is, you see how they're headed away, but they're taking these swords with them. This card is about transitioning to a new place. And you're taking the knowledge you're taking knowledge with you, but releasing old baggage. That's exactly what I was feeling with this card. You've been making some changes. You're headed in the right direction. You may feel you're spinning your wheels a little bit, but you're really not. You're just making beautiful progress, which is confirmed by the second card, which is showing this transition, this change, and you're leaving baggage behind. You're headed into a part of your life where you're really going to want to be disciplined to accomplish your goals. You want to make sure that you are being truthful and honest with yourself and what you're capable of and which direction you want to head in. This is about being honest with yourself and having integrity. Oh, I didn't even notice that. I was just reading as they came. I didn't even notice that we had the King and Queen of Swords side by side. So every single one of 3 of these cards were sword energy, and the first one was wands. Sword energy is about air, light, movement. You're kind of easily transitioning to this other part. The King of Swords is really about being disciplined, making sure it's about repetitive, doing the same thing over and over. I'm teaching Intro to Mediumship, and I talk a lot about when I teach you mediumship, I teach you to read. You do step 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Next time, step 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Next time, step 1, 2. It's that repetitive motion that you keep doing over and over until your body knows how to do it perfectly. And that's where you are to keep that discipline going. We're ending with the Queen, which is really about setting clear boundaries and making sure you're communicating your needs very clearly and concisely. Now, it's right on the heels of me saying there's something in your life that you need to be very disciplined about. This is honestly, I'm going to tell you, this is where I can kind of fail. Because there might be things I want to do when it comes to my health, like working out or sitting in meditation. But to do that, I'm going to have to put up boundaries around people in my family who I know want to be with me and want to spend all their time with me. So I will always tell y'all when I'm failing or struggling in something, because I don't want y'all to think that psychic mediums have it all together. It's about being self-aware. So a lot of times also when you're reading these cards, it's not about feeling guilt and saying, oh my goodness, I screwed up again. No, it's about being self-aware. I'm very well aware of something that I need to change right here, and these cards are put in my face. So make sure you are taking care of you. You're putting up clear boundaries and communicating your needs. And you are absolutely headed in the right direction. All right, thank you, Miss Chelsea. Let's see. I want to thank everyone who is liking and sharing my live. I do study for change in her job. Very good, very good.
Shanna said she was thinking about you and wondering where you've been. Missed you. Weird how that happened.
Oh, yeah, I've been going live quite a bit, Shanna. I wonder why you haven't been catching them.
Are you following Christy?
I think, Shanna, are you following me? If y'all haven't done so yet, click that follow button. Okay, that reading was for Chelsea. Chelsea, thank you for the gift and sharing my live. I very much appreciate you. Okay. Let's see. Whoa, that hit hard here. Jess, were you feeling that reading? I was feeling that reading. You could tell that reading might have been for Chelsea, but it was slapping me right in the face. And sometimes that happens when you hear a reading for someone else and it completely resonates with you. You're like, oh, that reading is calling me out. Okay. Who else is sharing? Oh, Raina is. Thank you, Raina, for sharing and liking my live. This card reading is going to be for Miss Raina. Thank you for sharing my live. I appreciate you. All right. I'm just saying Raina's name until I can feel it telling me to stop. Right there. Did y'all hear it? All right. Miss Raina, what's going on for you today? Oh, very, very good. All right. We're starting out with the Major Arcana. Major Arcana cards bring just more powerful energy into the reading. We're starting out with the Magician card. The Magician card is about really your powers of manifestation, your creativity, And I'm hearing that you need to really get clear on what you want to manifest in your life. What are your goals? I'm hearing that you think you know what you want, but it needs to be tweaked a little bit. And I'm not saying this is you at all, Raina, but it reminds me of people who say, they come to me and they want to, I love interest, but they will say, oh, I want him to be this tall and this color hair. No, that's not really what they want to manifest. What they want to manifest is someone who treats them nicely and respect and has the same goals and that kind of thing. So I'm hearing you need to be clear on your goals, and you're going to there's something you want to create in your life, and you're going to have to put some willpower behind it. I know, right? Discipline and willpower. That's what today is about, apparently. You're going to be like, I'm not listening to this person today. Christy is out of her mind, because it is about discipline and willpower today. The next card is the High Priestess. The High Priestess is really about an acknowledgement of good energy, like circumstances that are out of your control. An acknowledgement that these circumstances might not be exactly what you want them to be, but you don't have to change them. You just have to play the cards that have been dealt. So don't beat your head up against the wall wondering why I shoulda, woulda, coulda. The High Priestess is about an acknowledgement of, this is what's going on. This is the cards that have been played. This is a hand I've been dealt. What can I do with it? Lean into your Magician energy, which is about creativity and intuition. And the High Priestess also is telling you to lean into your intuition. You can't always change your circumstances, but you can accept them and make the best of what you got. The next card is the Queen of Cups, which is really about compassion and comfort and calm and nurturing. And in this instance, it's for yourself. I'm hearing, Raina, that you do a great job of nurturing other people and taking care of other people. It's time to soothe your own self. It's time to nurture yourself. It's time to spend some resources on yourself. I'm seeing that we all have a finite amount of resources, and you're really good at spending those resources on other people. It could be time, money, energy, whatever it is. You're really good about expending those resources on other people, not yourself. This Queen of Cups is calling for you to nurture yourself. We're ending with the King of Cups, which is really about being emotionally balanced and compassionate. Again, I was like, did y'all see that? I was looking with Spirit, like, what do you mean? Raina is compassionate. How do I know Raina is compassionate? I don't know her personally. I just already tapped into her. I'm reading hers. I already knew she was compassionate. Compassionate with yourself, honey. This reading is really all about your relationship with yourself and just being kind and compassionate to yourself and understanding that you bring a lot to the table and you deserve to be nurtured. All right. Thank you, thank you. Thank you, Miss Raina. Thank you for sharing and liking my live. I so appreciate you. Thank you, thank you. All right, let's see what time it is. I want to make sure we have some Spirit-led time. Let's see. You're welcome, Raina. All right, looks like Jaylene. Jaylene, thank you for sharing my live. I so appreciate you. Shayna, I've had a time. I need to put out a health update video. I was just thinking that, but as y'all can tell, I don't know, I'm having a hair day. I just feel like I'm having a bad, do y'all ever do that? You're going to record something, you're like, I'm having a bad hair and makeup day. I'm not doing that. So that's what I was feeling. I need to, I've had a lot going on, but I will tell y'all that the new treatment is working, which you really can't ask for anything more than that, right? You're so sweet, Alexa. I was just sitting here thinking my hair is a freaking hot mess today. Okay, so Miss Jaylene, this is for you. I want to thank you. Oh, there we go. I want to thank you for sharing my live. Thank you, thank you. This is for Jaylene. I did have someone message me the other day and ask me, and they were doing it out of the kindness of their heart, so I get it. Like they were, so I don't know if anyone, and I hope what I'm about to tell y'all, you never have to experience on your own, and what I'm saying sounds like a foreign language. So Cancer comes in different stages, right? 1 up to 4. So, of course, the higher you get in stages, the worse the cancer is. Stage 4 cancer is typically, according, this isn't me because I'm going to beat the odds, according to medical standards, not really curable, especially my kind. They just keep you alive as long as they can. So what they expected to happen, happened. I'm sorry, somebody was just messaging me that I healed earlier today. I was on a treatment and then it was starting to not work. So that's the way stage 4 cancer typically works, is you're on a treatment, it will eventually stop working, and then they put you on another treatment. And eventually you run out of treatments or the cancer stops responding. And so, because I had someone message me and said, I had a friend and, she did chemo and this, and she's just fine. Why can't that be you? And I know that they were doing it because they wanted that for me. They wanted me to be cancer free. I want that for me too. I feel good. And I have no intention of leaving this planet anytime soon. So, there you go. All right. So, this reading is starting out with I love this card. It's starting out with a beautiful 10 of Cups. The 10 of Cups is, and this is for Jaylene. I don't know if you'll remember that because I said her name and then I started talking. The 10 of Cups is a beautiful card. Look how happy it is. It's about abundance and inner happiness. Just a lot of positive energy. Now, just because you have the 10 of Cups doesn't mean everything's fabulous in your life. It just means you're experiencing a lot of joy now. You're starting a new journey. This Fool card is a beautiful card about new beginnings and possibilities and just going into it with a beautiful energy, confirmed by this. Now, there is a warning. So, Jaylene, you are starting a beautiful new journey. You're going into it with a lot of innocence and positivity and just a lot of harmony on this new journey. There is a warning coming up with the Devil card. It's not anything to be afraid of. The Devil card is just a warning to make sure you're watching for things that can pull you off your track. It's a representation of your shadow self. Everyone has a shadow self. I talk about it all the time. We all have a shadow self. And we're ending with the Knight of Pentacles, which is very positive. It's a very positive reading. In the middle, we do have that Devil card that is this warning. But if you heed the warning, if you look for things that are going to pull you off your path, it's going to end very positively for you. You see this Knight is headed in, he's standing up. He is the epitome of hard work. His hard work is paying off for him. He's charging in a beautiful new direction. So if you heed the warnings of that Devil card and recognize those limitations when they come up and something trying to pull you off your path, you're going to end up, I'm sorry, I was tapping into these cards. I wasn't sure I was going to tell you what Spirit kept telling me. Like the Spirit kept repeating something in my head. I was like, I don't know if I want to say that. This Devil card is a person. It's not you. Someone who it's just going to be kind of distracting you. It's going to be hard for them to see you be successful. They kind of see that as a competition to them. So just be aware of that. If you have the awareness around it, thank y'all. You can certainly deal with those energies. All right. Hello, Marcy. Hello, Sissy. Thank you, Sissy. You're sharing my life. What is a shadow self? How would we describe a shadow self? That part of us that we don't really want to own. We all have that part of us that is, I'm going to tell you, Miss Sarah Miller, you are the freaking bomb. She's putting hashtags in here. to make me show up on people's FYP and to go viral. Sarah, you are the freaking bomb. I just love you. I've never even met you, but I adore you. You're always such a great supporter. You're always doing like beautiful things. I want to thank you. So, let's talk about my shadow side, okay? Because that's easy. I'm not calling anyone out. My shadow side is, what would you say my biggest shadow side is, honey? Do you know what shadow is?
I just moderate.
He just moderates. He doesn't want to say. I would say it's my anger. I didn't know they could do that either, Alyssa. Sarah is teaching me something new. How did you even know that, Sarah? So
if you
my...
put in hashtags, that adds to your something?
I didn't know that. I didn't know that. You put
Educate me,
hashtags.
y'all.
Yeah. Yeah, educate us. Now Alyssa's doing it. Thank y'all. I didn't know that would happen. So my shadow side is my anger. I've worked really hard on it. I grew up in a household that was a survival of the fittest. And so I've had to work hard on that. That is something that I might not want to own. I might not want to talk about all the problems my anger has caused me in the past. I might not want to talk about how, Sarah said she saw other lives where people do it. There you go.
Okay.
Learning from others. There you go. So our shadow side is parts of us that we don't want to own, but to fully incorporate them, to fully be self-aware, we have to do it. We have to own them. And I fully tell my friends, make sure you're telling me when I'm doing this or that. Something that I'm really afraid of, and sometimes we'll trace shadows. Now you've got me off on a tangent. We will talk about shadows as they relate to past lives, right? I was talking to a medium, a friend of mine, and she was so annoyed because I don't like to really own my gifts, right? I think everyone can read. Now, do I understand what I bring to the table? I do, but I hate to talk about it. I hate to own it. She's like, why is that? It's like, because I feel like if I'm not humble, it's like my business is going to just fall apart and everything's just not going to work out if I'm not humble. And there's a fine line between owning your gifts and being arrogant, right? So we trace that back, like, where does that come from? That is a shadow side of me that I have brought in from a past life where I used my powers, if you will, for not great, right? So sometimes when we're looking at our triggers and our shadows, like, where are they coming from? Yeah, we trace that one back to a past life. I annihilated some people. It was no good. I should not have done that. Yes, the things we talk about on this live, if you're my Divine Collective, in my classes. Oh, you're welcome, sweet soul. Yeah, we get going on some things. Okay. We are going to do some spirit-led. Okay, there is a gentleman stepping up, and the reason my hesitation was he feels very familiar. Like, have I recently read you? Because if I've recently read you on a live, you need to go. You can't be here twice. He's saying he's different. He feels very familiar. Okay, so I'm just going to... Aw, thank you, sis. I'm teaching something new all the time. Okay, so we have a gentleman here. He feels so familiar. He says I'm getting hung up on the name because he's the same name as a spirit the other day, and that's what he is saying. His name is Antonio. I know I had a spirit the other day named Antonio, and it took me a long time to have him claimed, and he is saying he understands that, and he is acknowledging that he is someone different. He feels so familiar. Okay, let me just roll with this. Does learning about past self ruin your future, or does it help you understand yourself better? It helps you understand yourself better. Oh, look at you, Raphael. Okay, let's see if this fits him. Okay, I'll stop badgering the spirit and read him now. He just feels so familiar, and I was like, I don't want to read a spirit on a live that I just read a couple of days ago because it's not fair. he is showing me that his family was very religious, but they weren't religious in a I'm going to judge other people kind of way. It was more of a trying to be a good person. It was not about checking boxes and making sure that they were sitting in the church and checking the boxes and doing everything correctly. This gentleman was all about the food, and this is where, because I know the Antonio read the other day was talking about the food, but he is showing me that not only the women in the family cook, the men did also. Everyone was about, I'm sorry, I was getting a phone call. I had to make sure it wasn't important. Everyone in their family was about the food and the wine. And the Catholic, he is very much, yes, I am hearing a Hail Mary. I don't even know what Hail Mary is, but I do know the beginning of it because so many spirits have said it to me. All I know is Hail Mary, full of grace, because they have said that. He is showing me that towards the end of his life, he was kind of hunched over a little bit. He was a smaller man. He had gotten small, and towards the end of his life, he was hunched over a little bit and kind of drug his feet when he walked. He was always surrounded by family. Like even towards the end of his life, he was not put in a home where no one where no one was around him. His family took care of him, and he kept saying, that's what family is about. We take care of each other.
Courtney, my great-grandfather made his own wine, and his name was Antonio.
Oh my goodness, Miss Courtney. All right, Miss Courtney. Let me ask you to go live. Oh, Miss Courtney, it's not letting me ask you to go live. So down at the bottom of your screen is a pink silhouette of a person and a blue silhouette of a person. Click on that and request to go live with me, and I will accept it. So Miss Courtney said her grandfather made his own wine, and his name was Antonio. I know it's telling me it was all about the food and wine. And it was the men in the family that cooked and did this, not just the women. So I think we're with Miss Courtney here. Oh, and his name was Antonio.
She's at work.
You're at work.
Oh, this was gonna
Let
be a good
down.
one.
Let down, Courtney. Yeah, my moderator is like, oh man, this was going to be a good one. It was going to be a good one too.
I guess you can give her what you got.
Okay, so it's okay, Courtney. She is like, I can feel her like being all frustrated because, you know, what are the odds of you getting to go live with me on a and get a free reading? That's worth, well, I was going to say, we don't do long readings on here, so I think the cheapest reading you get on my website is not cheap. Okay. This gentleman is telling me, Miss Courtney, that you are, like he is putting it right out there. He is putting it out there he's not mincing words, so on earth he would not have minced words. He's saying you're not where you're supposed to be. He's flat out telling you that with your job. He's saying you've been kind of feeling that. The job that you're in has definitely been a stepping stone. You're supposed to be here for now, but you are... Someone requested to go live with me, so I thought maybe Miss Courtney had darted into the bathroom or something, but no, it's someone I
was
don't
just
know.
thinking, Courtney, this isn't your job anyway. Just leave and go live.
My moderator saying, Miss Courtney, you're not supposed to be in this job anyway, so just leave the job. And don't do that.
No.
Don't do that.
Would you have to?
So you are not in the job where you're supposed to be right now. He is very much... That's what she was thinking too.
That's a different Courtney, but yeah.
Oh, a different Courtney was thinking that. Okay, very good. Right, Courtney? He is saying that you've kind of outgrown. Oh, she's saying that she feels that completely. You've just kind of outgrown it. And unfortunately, where we are today and the companies that we're with, they really don't reward us for staying with them and the amount of work you do. They start taking you for granted. And I'm feeling that. There is a job. You know, your grandfather is saying you don't know until you try. So there's something you've been wanting to do, an area you've been wanting to move into, and you've been afraid to do that. And your grandfather is saying, you don't know if you don't try, honey. Just do it. He's also telling me that he's the one who's been sending you the hummingbirds. Also, there's a tattoo you've been considering getting, and he is saying to get the tattoo, that no one cares. Even if people cared when they were on earth, once they go over to heaven, they don't care about no tattoos you put on your body. And he is also telling me that, like, the way that you cook is very, oh my God. So were you thinking about getting a tattoo, Courtney? What are you oh my Godding? We want to know. See, if you were live, we would know, because you could be telling us.
No pressure.
Right, no pressure. Aw, thank you, Miss Dollar. Aw, thank you, Miss Dollar.
Yes, it's so crazy.
She said, yes, it's so crazy. Yeah, so he's saying get that tattoo. No one cares. No one cares on the other side. Oh, hummingbirds. He is saying that he sends you the hummingbirds. So when you see the hummingbirds, make sure you know that that is from him. All right. Thank you for letting me read your grandfather. I appreciate it. Oh, no, Courtney, don't worry about it. But just because we want to know, we're nosy what you do for a living, Courtney, that he is saying that you should not be doing right now. I want to thank Miss Stay-at-Home Mom. Where did she go? Talking about the soul plan. Look at my people marketing for me. Yes, a soul plan is very informative. Let me show you what a soul plan is. This is what, let me cover up the name. This is what a soul plan looks like, and it's based on the energetic vibration of your name. These are my notes that I make. I make a report and notes all over it that I send to you when you do a soul plan. Thank y'all. Thank y'all. Okay, let's see. Where are we going now? Thank y'all for liking and sharing my live. Oh, thank you, Miss Caitlin. She's part of the Divine Collective. The Divine Collective is pretty freaking awesome, if I say so myself. Like today we did cards. We had a teaching earlier in the month on the difference between twin flames and soulmates. And then we have our group reading on Monday evening, I believe it is. We get in front of each other at least 3 times a month. All right. Let's see. Are you going to be able to make it on Monday, Sarah? She said that she missed the last 2. Are you going to be making it on Monday? Okay. This next gentleman we have stepping up, I had to stop for a moment because instantly I was hearing Billy Bob. And so I was joking, and I said, like, Billy Bob Thornton, is that his name? And the guy rolled his eyes at me. So his name was something that someone teased him about. Like, it was a name that someone else had, a celebrity, or his name was close to that, and people teased him about it. Because when I said it, he was like, that's original. Like, I've never heard that before. So he was someone who was kind of snarky with his sense of humor and would just kind of roll his eyes. He's letting me know that he had, I was about to say a pipe fitter job. I don't even know what pipe fitting is, so I don't even know why that wanted to come out of my mouth. But I'm hearing he was outdoors. He worked outdoors. He had to wear a helmet, a safety hat, one of those hard hats. And I'm hearing pipe fitter. I don't even know what that is, but it has come to me a couple of times, and he was always dirty towards the end of the day. But he wouldn't have had it any other way. He said he would have lost his mind had he been sitting behind a desk or had to crunch numbers. He's like, I was not a number cruncher. He either lost a finger or had one kind of mangled at his job at some point. He is showing me wearing a hard hat and steel-toed boots, but he's like, it didn't help my hand. So he did something that mangled one of his fingers. He went back to work. Like after it healed, he went back to work doing the same thing. So it didn't slow him down any. He's making reference to, like in his day, you know, one of those things where in my day we walked 5 miles in the snow to school. And he's saying in my day this mangled finger didn't slow us down. He's also referencing, he's not taking responsibility for this, I want to be clear, but he had family members. I don't know why he's bringing this up, because I can't imagine any one of y'all know this. He had family members that ran moonshine. So there you go. But I can't imagine any of y'all. Right, Tracy? My day, we washed it off with dirt and went on. That's right. Is anything broken? Get up. Brush it off. Okay, so let me recap some of the things this guy has said. This last part, I can imagine anyone would know that about their family. I'm hearing his name was like Billy Bob. It had this rhythm to it. He worked outside, construction work of some sort. He had to wear a helmet, a hard hat, and steel-toed boots, but he is saying it didn't save his finger because he had a mangled finger. He went back to work. Like after it healed up, he went back to work. He's showing me actually being at work with it kind of bandaged up. So he probably went back to work before he should have. He's not taking responsibility for it, but he is showing me that some of his family didn't always follow the law. And he is showing me that he had family members that were, that ran moonshine. He's like, I wasn't going to be involved in that mess. He also is insinuating that his family members, like no one just really messed with him. You could be found in serious hurt if you messed with his family. Okay, does this gentleman sound familiar to anyone? He's letting me know he passed pretty young. Pretty young. He was older. I want to say in his early 60s. That's young. The closer I get to it, the younger it is. Okay, does this gentleman fit anyone on here? All right. We're going to put him to the side, see if we can get him claimed later. Okay, we have a grandmother energy stepping up. I was just switching. I was putting him to the side and switching energies. I do want to put out to the spirit world that I don't want anyone stepping up unless they can give me concise information to be easily claimed. Very good. We have a grandmother energy stepping up. This grandmother is, I'm hearing the name around her of Flo or Florence. She's letting me know that she was like constantly baking something. Muffins, cookies, pies. She was constantly baking something. She's also showing me these, when she would bake, she's showing me them wrapped, like she is selling them at a church bake-off or something like that. I'm not feeling that it was a commercial bakery she had, but it is definitely being packaged so they can be sold to raise money. She is showing me Golden Girls on TV. She always had the TV going in the background. Something was about her teeth. She had false teeth or partial false teeth. She is also showing me that she was just on the go constantly. Even when she was retired, you never would have known it. She was just go, go, go. She was not a sedentary. Like, even though she shows me Golden Girls on TV, she hasn't shown me her sitting down and watching it. I'm hearing it in the background. She's putzing around the house. She's cleaning up. She's acknowledging. She said, of course I would sit down and watch TV every once in a while. But she is letting me know that it wasn't very often. She was always on the go, always looking to help other people, watching her grandbabies, helping out with them. She got to stay home until very close to the end of her life. She did not have to move into a home. She's like, heaven forbid. Why are you taking me? She's taking me to her bedroom. I don't know why she's taking me to her bedroom, but she's taking me into her bedroom, and it's a huge bed. It looks like it was a king, and she's insinuating it was just her, so she would have been divorced or a widow. And there is a flowered bedspread on it. I was about to say comforter, and she stopped me. There's a flowered bedspread on it. She's showing me on her dresser. It was very much, she had on her dresser was a doily, and I don't know, I guess it wasn't a doily because it was on the dresser, but I don't know what it was, but one of those doily looking things on the dresser. And then she had some of her longer necklaces she would hang from the side of the mirror of the dresser. Okay, does this lady sound familiar to anyone? She's given me a lot of detail. She's been thank y'all. She's been very detailed. All right, let's see if we can get this lady claimed. Does she belong to any of you? She was very detailed. Of course I can recap, honey. Okay, I have a grandmother energy stepping up. I'm hearing around her the name Flo or Florence. She's letting me know that she was always cooking and baking, but she would frequently do it to give it away or to be sold at bake sales to raise money for local charities. She is showing me there was always a TV on in the background. She really didn't sit down much to watch it, but it was always on in the background, and it was shows like Matlock and Golden Girls. And she said, of course, she would sit down and watch it every once in a while, but she really hasn't shown me that, which means she didn't do it often. She's taking me into her bedroom where she is showing me everything's just in pristine order. It's a big bed, but she's letting me know that she was by herself in it, so she was a widow or divorced. And it had a flowered comforter on it. And she's showing me her dresser had like a doily on it. And she would hang her necklaces from the longer ones from the side of her mirror. All right, does this lady sound familiar to anyone? Is no one going to claim this lady? Oh, and also she said that she got to stay in her house. She did not have to, I can't believe this.
I just joined, but the last part I heard did.
All right. Let's see. Tifu Mommy. I'm going to ask you to go live. I thought I was going to ask you to go live. It won't let me ask you to go live. So Tifu Mommy, down at the bottom is two people. It's a pink person and a blue person. Can you click that and request to go live with me? And then I will accept.
Alexa Peggy says, oh, my husband's grandma. I sound like her husband's grandma named Florence, but he's not home for the details. Did you see that one?
I did, but here we go. Like at that point. Hi. No, is it Tiffany? What's your name?
Tiffany.
Tiffany. Okay, I wasn't sure because it was Tifu, so I was like, what is that for? It's short for Tiffany. So you said the last part of it sounded like your grandmother.
Yeah, I joined late though, so I don't know what the first part was.
The first part was this lady who was always very energetic. She was in her kitchen, always baking, and she was frequently baking for other people. She and always had the TV on in the background.
Oh, that sounds like her.
Okay, very good. Now she is showing me, and this, we're not going to hang the reading on this, but it's a detail that she kept showing me. So as a medium for Tiffany and everyone watching, when spirit gets really detailed, I always like to know, okay, is this accurate? Because I'm constantly learning. So what she is showing me is she would not only bake this, all this stuff for other people, she would sometimes donate it to the church or other organizations to be raffled off to raise money. Did you know that about her?
Yeah, my grandma did that all the time if it's her.
Okay, very good. You know, it's funny that you said you had just joined because I was having a side conversation with the spirit that no one heard. I was having it in my head because I had just said before your grandmother come up, I don't want any spirits that cannot be claimed quickly. So before you came on, I told your grandmother, I was like, look, lady, I said to not come up unless you can be claimed quickly. This is not quickly. And she's like, I'm trying. She's here. So it's funny you said you had just joined. Now, your grandmother is also saying that there are some recipe books with her handwriting in them. Do you know about those?
I have some.
Ah, very good. Whenever someone joins my live, I like to get extra information from Spirit just to confirm that I do have the right person. Tiffany, she is talking about in the last, okay, she backed it up. So you must not have had a reading in a while. Have you not had a reading in a while?
No.
Because she's backing it up in the last 5 years you've gone through. Did you go through a divorce or a relationship breakup?
No, no.
What is it? There was a relationship debacle. So maybe I'm thinking of a partner and it was more of a family or a friend that really threw you for a loop. Someone showed you their true colors and they weren't who you thought they were.
Oh, that could have been a lot of people.
She is showing me 3 people in particular, and it feels like she's hitting different relationships. Like one looks like a friend,
Yeah.
and two looks like family.
Yeah, makes sense.
She's referencing that. We're not going to get into the details of it. She just is verifying that you did the right thing. She is showing me that you stood in your truth. You tried to save the relationship, but you weren't going to save it at the cost of your soul. And she's very proud of you for not letting those people take advantage of you. And she wants you to acknowledge how much you've grown in that area. You, in the past, have maybe not been as quick to stand up to people and put up boundaries. But she's saying that you've really been doing a good job of changing, shedding the old you and turning into someone who really is not afraid to speak your mind. Does that resonate with you?
It does.
Very good. I just want to make sure I was on the right track. She's also all of a sudden showing me lemonade. Who likes the lemonade? Who drinks a lot of lemonade?
I have kids, they drink lemonade. I don't know that they drink a lot of lemonade.
Okay. I knew she was trying to get me to someone else. So that's when I asked you, who drinks the lemonade? Because I knew we were moving from you to someone else. She's trying to get me to your kids. Do you have 3 children?
Yes.
Okay, very good. I just asked her, I said, if you're talking about her children, how many does she have? And your grandmother showed me 3.
Oh.
So she was getting me to your kids. She's talking about, your kids remind me a lot of my kids. I have 3 also, and they're also different. Like I have all girls, but they are all so very different. And your grandmother is kind of laughing about that because they keep you on your toes so much because they are so very different.
Yeah, they do.
It's like you have to be a completely different parent with each one of these children. And she's acknowledging what a great job you do of that. And there's one of your kids you're kind of worried about. Is that your middle child?
No, I'm not worried about my middle child. It's my oldest.
Oh, okay. Okay. She's saying they're going to be fine. She's showing me you holding the line and standing your ground. And you're in a very tough time. But she's saying they're going to be fine. You're doing the right thing. You're doing the right thing. She's also telling me that she is the one who is going to make the light flicker. So in the next couple of days, when you see the light flicker in your house, just know it's your grandmother.
Okay.
Thank you, Tiffany.
Thank you.
All right. Let me just connect there. Okay, I have this one gentleman who is standing here. Let me see if I can get him. Oh, yeah. Okay. I was like, hopefully I made good enough notes I can remember him, because I'm supposed to be on YouTube here in a moment. So I thought, okay, let me see if I can get this guy claimed real fast. So if y'all don't follow me on YouTube, follow me on YouTube. YouTube is a lot of fun because I do it through Zoom. So you go to YouTube and see me live, and then you click to join the Zoom room. So it's just a lot of fun because you can see people. You don't have to be seen. You can turn your camera off, but it is fun. Okay, so this gentleman, I'm recapping from earlier. He had a name, like I wanted to call him Billy Bob. Billy Bob. He had a name around him, like Billy Bob. He is showing me that he worked construction. He had to wear a hard hat and steel-toed boots, but he joked because he's saying it didn't save his hand or his finger, and he had a mangled finger. He's also showing me that he came from a family that were basically lawbreakers. Like, he's showing me some of them were even in and out of jail. He never was, but he's showing me that's the kind of family he came from. Even some of them ran moonshine. He passed in his early 60s. I want to say 63 or 64, but if I'm off on that a little bit, okay. He is also showing me that he liked the ladies. He's very much of a flirt. Okay, does this gentleman sound familiar to anyone? Oh, it doesn't look like we're getting him claimed. All right. Okay, so just Christina said kinda. I was just about to close it down and let him go. He could have just passed. Let's see, just Christina. I'm gonna ask you to go live, just Christina. Let's see if we can get him. Let's see if it's her. Hi, Christina. How are you?
Hey,
Is that your name, Christina?
it is.
Okay, very good. All right. Was this your dad?
I think so.
Very good. I had not said he was a dad energy. I don't know if you knew that, realized that, but as you came on screen, I asked the spirit real quick. I was like, who are you to her? And he's like, I'm her daddy. He hasn't been gone very long.
No, not very long. The 28th of January.
Mm-hmm. And how old was he when he passed?
60.
Very good. And he he had a mangled finger.
Oh, yeah.
Very good. Okay. Because he kept showing that. Like, that was what was clinching the reading. He kept showing me this mangled finger, and he worked construction. And, I don't know.
My brother just messed his hand up really bad.
No.
So, but my dad did too, so that's just like, oh.
A double whammy. Yes, yes. So your dad is showing me, this is funny, Christina, and I come from a group of people. If you look back at my kinfolk, I mean, we have some rough people in my lineage, so there's no judgment. But your dad was talking about how you have a lot of people in your family. They're pretty rough people. They've been in and out of jail. You even had some people who used to run moonshine in your family. Did you know that?
Yeah, he was a pretty rough person, actually.
He was, but he was saying he's not as rough as those other people who were in and out of jail and running moonshine. Is he lying to me? Was he running moonshine too?
He was rough.
So, and also your dad, I know you're saying he's rough, and I do get that, but he was also very funny and charming.
Oh, he was.
Yeah, and he liked the ladies, I just want to say.
Yep.
Yeah, he liked to flirt. I get that. He's, they don't change a lot. He is talking about, like, his heart just breaks. Because when you said, your brother just messed up his hand really bad. My heart was just crushed, but it wasn't me, Christy, on this planet. It was your dad making me feel that. How he had hoped that your brother would come out okay. Does your brother work oil? What does he do?
He's an electrician.
An electrician.
But was using like a big screw thing, and it twisted his hand backwards.
Oh. As I was doing that, I was like, oh, and he's like, yes.
Yeah, it was bad. And he just got his new job. Today was the last day at that job, and he just got a new job. And he texted me, and he was like, normally I would text Daddy, but I got my new job.
Okay, so this is why your dad is here, because of this. Normally I would have texted Daddy,
Yep.
but instead, he was texting you. That makes so much sense of why your dad is here today. Just let your brother know that your dad is so proud of him, and he is saying, don't make the same mistake he made, because your dad really pushed his body too much. Like he would go back to work before it was okay. Your dad is telling you to tell your brother to make sure he rehabs completely before he goes back, or he's going to have problems with that hand forever.
Thank you so much.
Of course, he's also saying that he can hear you talking to him, so you talk to him all the time.
Yeah.
He's also wanting me to tell you that, and normally I don't allow this, but I'm going to allow your dad to say this, just how proud he is of you. He said, I never told her, and it meant so much to you to know that your dad was proud of you. You always wondered, am I doing the right thing? What's Daddy going to be thinking about this? He said, I was always proud of that girl.
Thank you.
He also wants you to know, I don't know that he's done it yet, but if he hasn't, he's the one who's going to be messing with it looks like an Alexa. Do you have an Alexa?
No.
Who has the, I'm sorry?
Siri goes crazy.
Siri. Okay, there you go. Then I was going to say, what do you have that's like an Alexa, or who has an Alexa? Yes, that's him. I don't use Siri. So spirits will use my Alexa to reference like a Siri type device. Thank you, Christine, for letting me read your dad. I so appreciate that. He's not going yet. He is saying that he is the one he's what I call a haunting spirit. He says it's cool as shit, just so we're clear. He thinks it's very cool.
That is my dad.
Yeah. To be able to mess with you. First, he's talking about the Siri. He's also making the light bulbs go off. He hasn't done it yet, but I'm hearing a chirping sound. So there's going to be something in either you or your brother's house that's making this chirping sound. It reminds me of when the batteries need to be replaced in the
like when the electric car trips the breaker.
I didn't know that was a thing.
Yes. Oh my gosh.
Okay, there you go. I was like, I knew it was something like, but that's not a frame of reference for me. I don't even know what an electric car.
Oh my goodness.
So your dad, when I say a haunting spirit, I say that in jest because it just means they pull out all the stops to let you know that.
That was a jokester.
Yeah, absolutely. Also, he hasn't done it yet, but there's something, he's going to move your car keys. Just know. He's going to move your car keys.
Great.
You have a place where you put them every day when you come inside. We all have that place. Like, that's our go-to place. You're going to go to that, and you're going to be like, okay, what the hell, Dad? Where are they? And he's laughing his butt off. Also, there is a certain smell you associate with your dad.
Yep.
Yes, you will be smelling that, and it is a sign he is around you. It's called clairalliance or clear smell.
Oh.
All right. Thank you, Christine.
Thank you so much.
Sure, have a good day.
You too.
All right, I'm so glad we got him claimed. All right, For those of you who are here, I am going to pop over to YouTube. I will be there in just a few minutes. I just have to do a few clicky clicks, and I will see you over on YouTube. All right, y'all have a good evening.